Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to see few more properties of CSS called like box shadow and also filters. Okay, so if you are new here, please consider subscribing so you won't miss any future content. Now let's jump right into the video. Yes, now you can see I have created one file with the name boxshadow.html in my CSS folder, and I have added one cat image over here. Okay, so let's see what is box shadow first, and then we are going to apply on this particular image. Okay, so in order to apply box shadow, we need to understand how the property will work. Okay, and what it will do. So generally, if you want the shadow for the image or any type of thing, any HTML tag or anything, okay, card or something, you want the shadow in the background, we will going to use the box shadow for that. Okay, so the property will like this work like this. The first thing will be right side, the shadow will move right side, so that particular pixel you can provide. And then the bottom side, how much you want the shadow in the bottom. Okay, first one is right, then bottom, and then how much blurriness you want for the shadow. Okay, and then the color, what color shadow you want. Okay, so this is how the property will work. Let's copy this one and apply on this particular image. Okay, and let's apply the right side. I want only 10 pixel on the right side. The shadow I want right side 10 pixel. In the bottom also I want 10 pixel shadow, and blurriness, let's say 5 pixel blurriness I want, and the color I want it as green. Okay, now you see the shadow is coming behind the image, and as well as the in the bottom and the right side. Okay, so once you apply or give any positive value, which is anything here, that time the shadow will move right side. Okay, and once you give the negative value, shadow will move on the left side. Now you see the shadow is coming on the left side. Okay, so the positive value represent for the first one is right side, negative value will be the left side. Same for the next one, positive values for the bottom and negative values for the top section. Now you see the shadow is coming on top. Okay, and then we have the blurriness, how much blurriness you want. Right now I have given 5 pixel, let's try to change it to 10 pixel. Now you see the blurriness is changing. If I do 100 pixel, the blurriness will look like this. Okay, so it's up to you what blurriness you want. I'll go with 10 pixel for now. And then the color we have, okay, I have given green color, so it's coming into green. Okay, so this is how it will look. Yes, now let's see what is filter property. So I have created one more file and I have taken the same image over here, and we are going to apply these filters on this image. Okay, so in the filter property, we have many other properties as well, which we are going to see, from which the blur is the first one. Okay, if you want to blur the image, that time you can use this blur property. Okay, so let's say I want to blur the image for the 5 pixel, and you see the blur image. Okay, so filters is nothing but there are many filters like blur, brightness, contrast, grayscale, that kind of filters you can apply on the images. Okay, so right now I have applied blur 5 pixels, so that's why the image is looking like this. Okay, so let's move to the next one. I'll do again this one, filter, and let's say brightness. Okay, so I'll say 20, and you see it's kind of like so much bright, that's why we are not able to see because the white screen we have. Let's say 5 only, and yeah, it is also like so much according to the image. Okay, so this is how you can use brightness on the image. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which we have for the filter. We have contrast. Okay, and let's say 2 or 5. So this is how the contrast will going to change. We can apply multiple as well if we want. So let's say 10 only for now, and let's move to the other filter property which we have, which is grayscale. Okay, so grayscale is nothing but making into the black and white. Okay, and so it doesn't matter like how much you are giving over here, but it will convert your image into black and white. Okay, if you use grayscale. Okay, so, and one more thing we can do, I'll show you. So image is there, on hover, right, I'll do filter none. Okay, so whatever filter I have applied, whenever I hover onto the image, I want the filter to be none. Okay, so now you see, so it's like by default it's a grayscale image. Once I hover over it, it's removing that color, okay, and giving the actual color to us. Okay, so this filter none is in order to remove whatever filters we have applied. Okay, so this is also you can do. For now I'll just like that it will be there. So let's comment down and let's move to the next filter which we have, which is invert. Okay, so invert is nothing but it will make the image into this particular thing. It's like a navigation or some images will be there, right? So that it will going to make it look like, okay, because I'm hovering it, that's why it's making filter none. I'll just comment on that one. So this is how the image will look once you do invert. Okay, and then we have the last one is drop shadow. Okay, to apply drop shadow, we can have filter and we can say drop shadow, and same thing like 10 pixel right side, left side, and the blurriness, sorry, not right, left side, it's a bottom, then the blurriness, and then the color, shall say teal for now, let's see. Yeah, and now you see there is no difference between the drop shadow and box shadow. Okay, this is because the background for this is white color. Okay, so instead of this, right, if you have the images which don't have the what do we say, background, okay, it's transparent, that time it will going to apply on the cat. Okay, so I have one more example for that. So this is how it will look. Okay, so you see, only for this cat the drop shadow is applying, not for the image. Okay, so if you have a transparent image, that time it can be applied the box shadow, sorry, the drop shadow onto the cat only, or the image, whatever it is. So if we try to apply box shadow, what will happen, let's see. Okay, so box shadow 10 pixel, 10 pixel, and blurriness, and the green color. Now you see, the second image is transparent, but still once I apply box shadow, it's applying onto the image, not to the cat. So in that kind of cases, we can apply drop shadow and it will apply only to the this image only. Okay, so this is how the drop shadow will work, and we need to make sure the image should be transparent, it shouldn't have any color, then only it will be applied, or else it will not. So this is about box shadow, and as well as the different types of filters, how we can use like blur, brightness, contrast, grayscale, and also the drop shadow, which is a very important and interesting filter which we saw. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel and give it a thumbs up. I'll be back with more content in the next video. Thank you.